Let's be real. Learning to code is one of the most powerful skills out there, but man, can it be frustrating. So today, we're going to dig into Coddy.tech. It's a startup that's betting the answer isn't more textbooks, but more games. Let's see how they're trying to hack that learning curve. First off, let's just admit it. For so many of us who've given it a shot, learning to code feels like running into a brick wall, right? You start off all excited, but pretty soon the syntax errors are piling up, the concepts feel totally abstract, and your motivation just vanishes. Why does it have to be so hard?
Well, the problems are pretty much the same for everyone. The old school methods just bury you in this dry, boring theory. You're not getting nearly enough hands-on practice, and any developer will tell you that's the only way you actually learn. And on top of all that, the courses can cost a fortune. It's just so easy to feel completely overwhelmed, totally lost, and good luck trying to build a consistent daily habit. So, the folks at Coddy looked at all those headaches and asked a really simple question. What if learning to code wasn't a chore? What if it was actually engaging and motivating and, dare I say, fun? More like playing a game than sitting through some boring lecture.
And here's their big idea, and it's brilliant. Imagine Duolingo, but for coding. As soon as you hear that, it just clicks, doesn't it? You immediately get the whole approach. We're talking bite-sized lessons, building those daily streaks, and an experience that's designed from the ground up to keep you coming back for more day after day.
At the very heart of this is their motto, "Code makes perfect." I love that. It's a complete rejection of just passively reading or watching videos. The entire platform is built around one single idea. You learn by doing, by practicing, by writing real code again and again and again until it finally makes sense.
So how do they pull this off? Well, their core mechanic is all about encouraging you to practice without that constant fear of failure. The whole system is designed to reward your effort and consistency, not to punish you for making mistakes, because, let's face it, making mistakes is how we learn. And the central piece of this game is what they call the energy system. Every single day, you get 5 energy points. Think of them like your daily allowance for learning. This little trick is specifically designed to get you into short, consistent daily sessions, which, by the way, is one of the absolute best ways to build a real long-term habit.
Okay, so here's how that actually fits into your daily routine. You wake up, you've got 5 energy points. You use 1 point to nail a lesson. But here's the magic part. What happens when you get stuck? An AI tutor pops up and gives you feedback in real time. And if you mess up, you don't lose anything, no penalty. You just try again. Your energy recharges every 24 hours, so you get a totally fresh start the next day.
So when you put this method side by side with the traditional way of learning, the difference is just night and day. Instead of those long, passive lectures, you've got short, fun lessons. Instead of being buried in theory, it's totally focused on hands-on practice. That fear of making mistakes? Gone. It's replaced by an environment that actually encourages you to experiment, and you never feel alone thanks to that built-in AI support.
And this whole approach applies to a really solid list of popular languages. You've got the big ones like Python, C++, Java, and C#, plus the web development essentials like JavaScript and HTML5, and they say there's even more on the way.
Okay, but let's talk about the elephant in the room for any e-learning platform. The price tag. This is where Coddy's value proposition gets really interesting, because they're aiming squarely at breaking down that huge financial barrier that stops so many people before they even start.
And here it is, every single lesson, every challenge, every piece of educational material on the entire platform is 100% free. You do not have to pay a dime to learn. You just sign up and you get the keys to the entire kingdom.
So here's how that breaks down. With the free tier, you get access to absolutely all the learning content. The only real limit is that daily energy system we talked about. Now, if you want, you can upgrade to the premium tier, which gets rid of that daily limit, gives you unlimited code runs, and lets you earn official certificates. And for those of you who do want to go premium for those extra perks, the cost is just $4.99 a month. It's a totally optional extra for people who want to binge learn, but that core learning experience, it's open to everybody, no matter what their budget is.
Now, a new approach is one thing, but does it actually work for real people? You got to look at the social proof. Let's see what the early adopters are actually saying about their experience. And the feedback so far has been pretty amazing. Across 13 verified user reviews, Coddy is holding an incredible 4.7 out of 5 stars. That is a huge signal that this gamified method is really connecting with learners. But digging into that breakdown is even more wild. It's not just a high average. Get this. Every single one of those 13 reviews is either a 4 or a 5-star review. Over half the users gave it a perfect score. There are literally 0 mediocre or negative reviews in the bunch. That's kind of unheard of.
All right, so let's wrap this all up. What's the bottom line? Coddy is using gamification to make learning to code genuinely fun. It builds daily habits with these bite-sized lessons. It throws theory in the backseat and prioritizes hands-on practice. And maybe the biggest deal of all, it makes all of its learning content free for everyone, which has earned it some serious love from its community.
And all this brings us to a much bigger question, doesn't it? Coddy's whole approach to teaching code might just be part of a much bigger trend. By turning a really tough skill into something that feels more like a game, are they showing us what the future of education is going to look like? It really makes you wonder, what other tough subjects could we all master if we just made them fun to learn?